Please help me to reach 1000. The message buzzed on my phone at 11:47 p.m., lighting the ceiling above our bed. You still think you're better than him? I stared at the screen, my heart thudding like I'd been caught doing something wrong. Except I hadn't. The text wasn't signed, but I knew who it was from. It was my wife, Elena, sitting 3 feet away from me, pretending to scroll through social media. She didn't look over. She didn't have to. The sentence was already lodged in my chest. Earlier that night, we'd been at dinner with friends. Wine flowed, laughter came easy, and then like a blade slipped between ribs, Elena smiled and said, "You know, my ex used to do this all the time. He was so confident." She laughed. Our friends chuckled, awkward and unsure. I felt small, like I'd been reduced to a comparison I didn't agree to enter. I told myself it was a joke. I told myself not to be sensitive. I've been doing that a lot lately. The signs had been there, scattered like breadcrumbs I kept stepping over. Missed calls that went straight to voicemail. Her phone angled away from me on the couch. A password change, she explained with a shrug. Work stuff. She started dressing differently, staying out later, humming to herself in the shower. When I asked how her day was, she'd answer with a sentence, not a story. I questioned myself first. You're paranoid. You're tired. Marriage has phases. Love teaches you how to excuse the person you're afraid to lose. But that night, lying beside her with that text glowing on my phone, something shifted. I typed back before I could stop myself. Why would you say that? 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. I was just joking. Don't make it a thing. The next morning while she slept, I did the thing I'd sworn I never would. I checked her iPad. Messages synced. A name I hadn't heard in years sat at the top mark. Her ex. The texts weren't explicit. That almost made them worse. Inside jokes. Memories. Complaints about me wrapped in humor. He wouldn't get it, she'd written. You always did. My hands shook as I scrolled. Every haha felt like a quiet betrayal. Every heart reaction was a small lie stacked on another. When she woke up, I was still sitting there, the iPad on my lap like evidence. She froze when she saw it. It's not what you think, she said immediately. I laughed. A short broken sound. That's funny. Because it's exactly what I think. We sat at the kitchen table for hours. She cried. She said she'd been feeling unseen. That mark made her feel desired. That nothing physical had happened yet. That word landed hard. I asked her why she'd humiliated me, why she brought him up like that in front of our friends. She looked down. Because I wanted to feel powerful for a second. That was the moment. Not the texts. Not his name glowing on a screen. That sentence. I stood up, my legs weak but steady enough. Then here's mine, I said, my voice quieter than I expected. If you need to make me smaller to feel big, you've already lost me. She reached for my hand. I pulled back, not cruelly, just honestly. Leaving didn't feel dramatic. It felt like walking out of a room where the air had slowly run out. In the weeks that followed, everything hurt. Memories twisted. Her laugh echoed in empty spaces. Love doesn't disappear when trust does. It lingers, confused and aching. But something else grew in its place. Self-respect. Clarity. A calm that came from choosing myself without rage or revenge. I don't know what became of Elena and Mark. I stopped asking questions that would only reopen wounds. What I know is this. Humiliation is a quiet form of betrayal, and dignity is sometimes just one sentence away. That sentence changed everything. And in losing her, I found my way back to myself.